Welcome to Sacred Rebels podcast, where we discuss life after trauma as we question societal norms and shatter stigmas. Are you a woman who longs for a sense of community and understanding? Well, stick around. There is a seat for you here. This is your host, Tay.
And co-host Amy.
And we're just two best friend millennial moms and entrepreneurs navigating life and motherhood while on a spiritual healing journey.
We don't do surface level, and we're definitely not your typical moms, so let's dig deep. We plan to cover it all and take you behind the scenes as we share our personal experiences, learn more about the holistic side of healing, and introduce all the incredible humans we've met along the way.
Join us as we share the good, the bad, and the ugly side of healing. We hope to help you step into your power. Thanks so much for listening. Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Sacred Rebels. Tonight we have Melissa here, and we're so excited. Amy's going to introduce her after we do our big deep breath.
One hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Take a big breath in through the nose. Lift up, rise up, fill up. And then exhale, slowly let it go. We are so excited tonight to have Melissa, the Juju Nurse, the Crystal Queen.
Hello.
Melissa and I connected a few years ago, and I get all of my crystals from her, and she's super amazing, and she has such a beautiful story, so I'm definitely honored to have her on here. And she pulled a card.
I did, and thank you guys for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
So excited. I can't wait to hear your story.
So the card I pulled is Trust Yourself. This deck is so pretty, by the way.
I know, I'm obsessed.
So, let's see. It says, this oracle brings the message that you are growing. You really are. Don't doubt it. Even if you don't see it yet, remember that so much is happening when the seed is still unbroken in the ground. Below the earth, it is summoning up all the might, power, and force it needs to push above the topsoil and burst up into the light. It is essential for anything good to happen later on. Yet we don't see any of that. We just have to trust that things will happen when the time is right.
So good.
So good.
So good. So what kind of stands out in that for you, and what is going on in your world right now?
I think just trusting in yourself, that's huge, right?
Yeah.
I think because what do we have at the end of the day but our intuition and going on our gut a lot.
Yep.
So I think that's definitely something that resonates with me personally.
100%.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably, just because I know your story too, and we'll get there, but that's definitely just trusting yourself to take a leap, to come from being, you're the Juju Nurse because you were a nurse.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So do you want to talk a little bit about that? What brought you, what's your,
how I got here from
to holistic healing world, crystals and all the things.
Okay, yeah, for sure. So like Amy said, I'm a nurse. I've been a nurse for 10 years and a psychiatric nurse specifically, and I loved working at the hospital. But while I was working, the father of my kids passed away. It's 6 years ago now, so it's been a while. My littlest guy was 2, and our other son was 6 when it happened. So it was devastating. I'd been with him since high school. He was the love of my life, and he battled with addiction. So he succumbed to that, unfortunately, after a long battle. And when that happened, my world was just rocked, obviously. I just decided I was kind of coping with, trying to cope with his death, of course, while raising the 2 kids, while working full time. And I had this just really heavy feeling in my chest. And I was I don't want to go on antidepressants, and I just couldn't shake it. So I was oh, what's this reiki I'm hearing about? Let me just try anything. You know what I mean? I'd never been really into the spiritual world or anything like that beforehand. And I went, this woman named Joy, she was amazing. She's can I use crystals on you? And I, sure, try anything. Cause I was, just desperate, literally desperate. Mm. And as soon as I was done, the Reiki session, that feeling was gone. And I was what did this woman do to me? I was whatever it was, I was here for it. I was it was just such a relief, and it was just what I needed right then. And so I was what is this? I needed to do a little bit more research. So I started researching crystals, and I'm oh, okay. And then I kind of think I just leaned into that a little bit to kind of that's probably how I was coping, was just really get invested into learning about crystals. And then I started a collection, and then I was I'm going to do a side hustle. So
love that.
Yeah, so I would bring crystals to my unit that I worked on and like sell them to like my nurse friends, like on the weekends and stuff. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to start like a little like online business, and it just ended up growing so big.
I love your content.
Yeah, thank
you.
It's
always so cute.
Thank you.
It's so pretty.
Thank you. Yeah, but like I don't have a business background. It's just basic science.
Yeah.
And I just it helped me in such a just like the worst time in my life, honestly, that it was just so beautiful. And
it was an outlet.
Yeah, for sure.
To channel that pain,
Yeah, and they just helped me so much. And I ended up leaving the hospital to do my business full time. And
that's amazing.
I've been doing it ever since. And it's been great.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you trusted your curiosity and was like, this works.
Yeah. Followed your intuition, your heart, and it led you in that path.
And one day I remember I woke up and I hated where I was working at the time, and it was just miserable and it was redundant, and I'd gone through so much, and I just woke up one day crying. And I was like, I don't want to live like this anymore. And I emailed my boss and I said, I resign as of right now. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to do this full time and just full send it.
Total faith.
Yep. Just trusting in yourself. And
like total faith.
I didn't give myself any other option.
And that's epic. Not a lot of people have the courage to just do that. People talk about it for years. Like, I'm going to leave this job and I'm going to pursue my dreams, but I need to get to this amount of money, or I need to get to this place to do that. Like, it takes courage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, it's such
ballsy.
If you would have told me 10 years ago, it was
done.
scary. Yeah, it was. But
I'm fucking done.
Yeah. Life had just been so chaotic that I was just like, I need to do something. I need to change because... Yeah, and I'm so grateful I did. If you would have told me 10 years ago this is what I'd be doing today, I'd be like, what are you talking about? Selling rocks on Facebook? Like what? But
2 rocks and a blindfold.
it's been amazing, and just like I still feel like I'm giving back, because nursing, like I like caring for people. That's like it's what I do
the
best.
two correlate, like nursing with crystal healing, do you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
You think so?
Absolutely. I think that like, I'm still helping people. It's just in a different way rather than like, with like, I could get into like the big pharma, what I won't, but like, on that aspect. And I have seen medication like help people in like a hospital setting and do wonders for them, but I've also seen it do terrible things.
Yeah.
So to have something that's like a more natural, approach, if it helps somebody, whether it's placebo, whether
yeah, who knows. I've never like experienced crystal healing treatments, but I know at my therapist's office they have like this bed where you lay in this sleeping bag, and it's like, I forget what it was called, but it's covered in crystals, and you go into this little, what is it, cryo, or is it hot? It's hot, right, or something?
It is. It's like a heated. They have like, it's usually like amethyst or fluorite.
Yeah,
are the
crazy.
Ones that they're the beds,
just like supercharge your body.
Yeah.
Like get in this little sleeping bag and supercharge.
Yeah.
So I've never personally experienced that, but I mean, I fucking love crystals. They're all over my bedroom, my house.
Yeah, and some people just collect them because they're pretty, but
they're beautiful.
I think they're beautiful, and they have like that added healing bonus for sure.
Energy, yeah.
And when you do the research and like look into like, everybody has like their own vibration, and then the rocks specific to what material they are have their own vibration, and how that affects us and like our emotions or even our physical health, allegedly.
I think it works.
I
don't think it's alleged.
I know. I feel like I have to say that. Yeah.
But and I'm sure too, like this like happens to me, is that you could not even know like what a stone is, and this has happened multiple times where like I've watched a live and I've been like, oh my God, Melissa, what's that stone? Like I have to have that stone, and then I'll ask you like what it is that you need, like what is the energy that stone has, and it's always exactly what the fuck I need.
Absolutely.
Like the crystals actually speak to you.
Yeah.
They do, and like that's what I tell, like if a customer's new and they're just getting into crystals, they're like, oh, what should I get first? Whatever you're drawn to.
Yeah.
And it's funny too, the first crystal I ever got was a septarian, which is like it's pretty, but it's more of like a yellow brown, like neutral color, and more of like a pinky purple gal. So it was just so weird that like that's what I was drawn to at that time.
And what was the significant healing meaning behind it?
I think it had to do with like sovereignty and a lot of like self-confidence, and I think that at the time that's like something I was struggling with. So yeah, and
I love that.
Yeah, and it changes like for me personally, it changes like what you're drawn to at the time, and you're like, oh wow, yeah, okay, I do need that.
That resonates.
Yep.
Yeah, you like go to a store and usually the stores have them
but Melissa's super educated too. She always it's like knows what it is. Or she would just let me come to her house and I would like look at them all and I would like be drawn to one. And
So cool.
yeah, it was so me and Melissa met online, obviously. Well,
Tyler,
Tyler, because we have the same tattoo artist. And then I had no idea, and she like gave me her address, and she lived a street over.
Yeah, crazy.
It was great. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like,
Small
it was like
world.
great and dangerous because I was always like, oh, there's Crystals, and she's right there.
Right across the street.
Those
You're
are
like-
fun times, though. I love that. I love the in-person shopping because then it's like I need to touch the crystal. I need to,
Yeah,
it's like
see it,
vibe
feel
with
it.
it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So-
that happens. So if you go to a store, no, you're fine. It's just water. Like, and you're drawn to a crystal. Like, if you're like just like out somewhere, like look it up. Like, you can always look it up on your phone too if
Yeah.
people don't have the. definition
I'm
of
not
it.
that knowledgeable in crystal healing, just being completely transparent. I love them. I think they're beautiful, but I've never like, got so into it where I know much about it. But I
There's
love it.
so much to learn. Though.
I
It's like I'm
know.
constantly, after 5 years, I'm still learning every day. Like,
Yeah.
it's a lot of information. But yeah, Google's my best friend.
Yeah, literally. Well, that's just what I do. Like I have this little rock finder and I just will scan it and be
Yeah.
like, okay, that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah. The Judy Hall books are really helpful too. It's hard to find because like I think if you Google, you can find a lot of like different information but her books are like very concise and
Cool.
Who is it?
yeah, Judy Hall.
Oh,
Those are
okay.
the-
I'm gonna
those are
have
the
to look.
ones.
I know, because it is like that. Sometimes you can like get like you can type in like tiger's eye, and then it's like 5 different.
Yeah.
It helps
5
with
different
all the
things.
things. And
all
you're
the
like,
things.
yeah. So her books are really good. That's what I use. Those are my go-tos.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So do you think that have you specifically worked with people in crystals or do you just sell them? Like are you Reiki attuned or certified or anything like that?
I'm not
No,
Reiki certified, but I think that using like my psych background has helped me significantly.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so I mean, but that's like with any, when you're working with people in
Yeah.
general. But it's definitely helped. And if people like have like a specific like thing that they're working towards, or like want to achieve or need help with, then like I can kind of help them and guide them.
Yeah.
With my education with that background. But no, I'm not like doing like any like crystal healing like certified anything at the moment.
You're
no.
not back in nursing, right?
I'm not at the moment. No.
Yeah.
No.
So you're just doing crystal still?
Correct.
Cool.
It's not
So-
just that's fucking bad.
No, yeah, no. Well, I mean, like that's dope. Like,
No, yeah, no, it's been
you've made a
great.
successful business this
Yeah.
past 6 years. You said like for into supporting your children. Like that's epic. Doing
Yeah.
what you love.
It's
Like,
been great.
so
It's
amazing.
been so freeing. Yeah, and I'm always going to keep my nursing license because
Yeah.
I love that and I worked very hard for that. But I'm going to do this until the wheels
Yeah, my
fall
mom
for sure.
She used to be a nurse, but she's like out of it kind of. But she always goes and takes her test just to make sure that she like re-ups.
Good.
In
Yeah.
case. You
Yeah.
know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think that would be a cool like thing to try, like if you were to ever one day like want to like
Yeah,
try
crystal
to
healing.
integrate like crystal and like clinical, because like that's like when I work at treatment centers, they're mixing that because it's a very very clinical setting, and
Yeah.
they're like allowing these things because people are like so interested in
Yeah.
that piece of it because it's so important. Like why not
Absolutely.
have both?
Right.
Yeah. So what other healing modalities do kind of like speak to you after your husband died? Like what else are you like into as far as like holistic healing and that world?
I definitely have benefited personally from like the sound baths that like
Yeah.
I've gone to Amy's.
So good.
So many. Yeah, they're great, and like I think sound therapy is like very helpful.
Yeah.
Well, it's crystals.
Yeah, it is crystals.
That's true. Yeah,
This
that's
is true.
The sound bowls
Yeah.
are
This
crystals.
is true. I didn't even
sound
think of it like that. It is
Yeah.
crystal bowls. You're right.
Yeah, so the sound healing's been like super helpful for me. I just think anything that you can channel that's not like a substance or you know what I mean, like something
Yeah.
that's like a positive outlet or just something that you can like lean into. That's like what I'm all about. So whatever helps. I think it's so different for everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I think like the hot and cold therapy's been helpful too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it like working in psych?
Wild.
Was it?
It was wild, but I loved it. I love like the black sheep of the the healthcare.
Was it
community.
hard? Did you ever like take some of those things home with you, like
For sure,
Yeah.
but like you have to learn to have a really really good boundaries
boundaries.
in that and especially like when I was going home to somebody who was like in an active
true.
addiction, and then to go to work, and then like there's a lot of like counter transference that you could happen. So I had to be really mindful of it. But
that's gotta be so hard. Like,
So
because we're
hard.
both on the other end of it, like, being at it, like, in recovery from addiction and those kinds of things, that it's, to have somebody on the other side of that, right? Like having a loved one.
Yeah.
And like not being in addiction, you know what I mean, yourself.
So tough.
And
I think it helped when I had patients, because the family and the discharge plan is like a big part of like their hospital stay. So I think it helped me with that aspect, like helping their family, because addiction doesn't just, it doesn't just affect the person who's in it. It's everybody. So yeah, I think it gave me like a good outside, like what could the family possibly need? What could like the loved one need? So it was,
You had like more of an insight to it.
I like to think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
oh no, you did.
Yeah.
Lived experience
Yeah.
is like really,
Yeah.
being able to connect and be like, yeah, like I see you, like I'm not just like doing this from a book,
Right.
I'm like living this.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was great. So I love sick. It was very hard though, and then like sometimes it was dangerous, and
Yeah.
but,
Of course.
yeah, but I think it was great. I wouldn't do anything else if I went back to nursing. So
Really? You would go back to psych?
Absolutely.
I love that though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that, I just feel like too, like that speaks too on like, clearly crystals, work in such a powerful way, because you left like a stable job. You went into this thing that like you had no idea about really, right? Like you were just like, this is it. This is what I'm going to do.
Yep.
And then here you are 6 years later, still like running a successful business. Like that's got to speak for something. Like there's energy in that somewhere, like powerful energy somewhere,
Absolutely. And even like Amy said, she's been to like the office at my house before. It's like that room has so much energy in it. I had to I had to shut it off, like because it connects to my bedroom.
Yeah.
And I had to shut it because it's just the energy in that room. You can like feel it. It's wild, but
I
Like
need to
palpable.
come.
Yeah, it's really cool.
come over.
I need to come.
Yeah, anytime.
That's so cool. Because like I said, that stuff interests me for sure, but I just have never really like dove deep into like, understanding crystals and how they work and what they're for and what they're used for. Like, I'm just like, oh, I love this rock. It's so pretty. And I like to think it helps me. So I just hang on to it.
Yeah.
Stick it in your bra.
Yeah.
Or up your ass.
Up your ass.
16 crystals. Your energy is so
up my
great.
ass. So good.
Somebody gave us that compliment the other day when we were all out together, and they were like, oh, you guys have such amazing energy. And then we were all obviously like, thank you. And then Sam sent a meme the next morning, and it was like, oh, your energy is great. And the response got to be, yeah, thanks. I've got 16 crystals up my ass.
That'll do it for
Walking
sure.
on sunshine.
Just like got them in your shoes and your bra, like I wear them around. I had this. I chipped my front tooth. The other day I was at her house. We were on a hike. My mom got me this
Larmar.
Larmar. It's like a mother stone. And I was like running up the hill.
I love how you immediately knew.
Yeah, of course she did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I love that. Like, I wish I could like just know something so well. Do you know what I mean? About like a certain topic, like, crystals. Like, that's just so cool.
Yeah, she's that's what I said.
Just pick a rock and she's like,
if I don't know a crystal, like I usually will send it to her and be like, hey, what is this?
I like that game. Yeah. Because I'm like, oh, okay, let's see how good I
how fast can I figure this one out?
Yeah. And I ran up the hill and it hit my tooth and I chipped my front tooth with my crystal necklace. I'm like,
my gosh.
well, at least it was good energy.
There you go.
It would. You would.
I would. Like, that would be like, what?
I know. You can't even tell though.
And it's in the shape of a triangle.
I know. like
the
the triangle stone.
That's awesome.
Chip my front tooth in the shape of a triangle. Like,
you can't even notice.
It's a sign to your side in the triangle plaza. Like,
so what's your favorite crystal?
Rhodonite.
Rhodonite's your favorite?
I love, and Amazonite. And it's so crazy that you just asked that because somebody gifted me those 2 crystals today and they didn't even know that they were my 2, but.
Oh, that's awesome.
And obviously I love amethyst.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like I've just always had a deep love for amethyst.
Absolutely.
And purple. Mm-hmm. Purple vibes.
My favorite right now, I feel like I don't really have a lot of favorites, but I mean, I've always loved turquoise because that's my birthstone and I just love it so much. But also I love this one right here, like these it said Imperial Jasper.
Yep.
Like, I just think they're so beautiful. Do you know what they're for?
I don't, off the top of my head, I don't know that one.
I just like love them. They're so pretty.
We can Google it.
Yeah, I was just trying to.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
nice.
I think this one's Moonstone or something. I like Moonstone.
Moonstone's very good too.
I like Moonstone.
One of my pillars that I use for sound baths are that green. It's like that green moonstone. It's
The Garnier, right? I love that stuff.
It's
Isn't
so beautiful.
Is opal a stone?
Yep.
I love opals. I
Opals are
love
beautiful.
opals. Something about an opal. I don't know why I'm always drawn to opals.
Imperial jasper is nurturing that stimulates peace, serenity, and relaxation. That's probably why you need it. You need to relax, bitch.
Simmer down.
Simmer down.
Simmer down.
What's your favorite stone?
My favorite is labradorite.
Oh, I knew that.
Labradorite.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with
My
labradorite.
mom has a big piece on her chest.
Remember the countertops?
Yeah.
You know,
custom countertops.
You can have labradorite as a countertop because it's like a hard granite, like a similar.
People have it for their bathroom tiles too. That's
Yeah,
like my goal
beautiful.
one day. Yep.
So stunning, like so beautiful. But yeah, what is the meaning of labradorite again? It's like a protection.
It's good for protection, for grounding. It's a good like heart chakra stone.
Love that.
Yeah, and it's good for like transformation, new beginnings. And I feel like I've been like the gal with several lifetimes and several new beginnings at this point.
Yeah, I
so,
love that.
Same.
Yeah, literally, right?
I feel like I'm like a cat. Like I've literally lived 9 different lives.
But it's
Yeah.
been amazing though, hasn't? Has it not? Like,
Yeah, every
Dude, the best lives. The best fucking 9 lives. Even the shitty ones. Like, because they've all led me here.
Yeah,
You know?
for sure.
I got this like journal the other day, and it's like burn after writing, and one of the journal prompts is like what's one of your biggest regrets, and I like had to sit there for like 10 minutes because I'm like, I don't think I regret anything. Like I really don't. Like I sat and I was like, I don't think I even have anything to put in this prompt because I'm like, I don't regret a single fucking thing. Like maybe how I treated people during active addiction, but that's not truly who I was, you know? So I'm
Right.
like, don't really.
Have you ever
really-
seen The Butterfly Effect?
That is literally one of my favorite movies. I used to watch it all the time, like as a young girl.
Yeah, and I absolutely believe, like,
100%.
1000%.
That movie is literally the best. Ashton
Have you
Kutcher
seen it?
is like,
Yeah, it's been a long time though. I feel like I need to rewatch it.
it's like a psychological thriller.
Yeah, I've definitely seen it,
So good.
but I feel like it's one of those ones that I like watched fucked up, right? Because it's like
Yeah.
old.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
very
older.
old, Yeah.
Yeah, then I've definitely like watched it in active addiction.
I
and
forget
like,
what
it's
year
like
it
I have
is.
it.
I don't even know,
I'm
but
gonna look it up.
that movie is so good, seriously, and I 100% agree. And it's just like I don't. Everything happens in our lifetimes, right? Like all these different lifetimes in this one lifetime, because again, we're learning or we're role models for
2004.
other people. You know, 2004, yeah. We experience things to teach other people the way, right? Like that's how I see it. It's like I've had to go through all these things before me, all the shitty things before right now to help people now along the way in their journey in their situations, right?
Absolutely.
And I'm sure same could go for you. Like not many, like the person who loves an addict, like you are on the other side of it. I'm sure you've comforted probably tons of people who in that same situation now, yes,
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
it's like same thing. Like you wouldn't be able to kind of like relate or give them that perspective if you hadn't lived it.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I can't even imagine what it's like loving an addict. I know what it's like being the addict, so I never want to think about it. I hope it never happens to me. I hope my kids never, you know,
Right.
go through the shit that I went through. But I mean, if they do, then I know how to handle it.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Like
Right?
I know,
That's
like
like
my
my biggest
parents.
fear.
It's like my
That's my
parents.
biggest fear.
That's the closest thing that I have to like, you know, like my parents still like have trauma from like loving an addict
Oh,
and like
same.
having to do like, you know, tough love
Yeah.
and like that. Like I don't.
If my mom doesn't hear from me from a couple days, she's like, "Hey, I haven't talked to you. Are you okay?" And I'm like, "So I'm good.
I know my parents. still
My
do
life
it
is
too.
crazy."
Oh,
I know my mom will be like, if she like messages me and I'm like, oh, I'm at a friend's house, she's like, what friend? Like, what do you mean? I'm like, because it's like it's
Like you're not a
trauma.
30, like you're not a 36, 7-year-old, and you're like,
I need
here's
to-
my address, pin.
Yeah, like I'm like, Mom, like what? Like you need name and details now. Like it's just like still just like
ingrained.
No, it is.
Ingrained.
It is. It's a trauma imprint. They're traumatized from it. They've got to do work around that.
yeah, I mean, My mom does breath work, but
Yeah, amazing.
and she loves crystals too. She's the one that got me this. She's like, my mom was always like into that kind of stuff. Like always
Really?
had, yeah, like
Oh, I
all
love
growing up,
that.
and she's got like a broom above the door, and like
White
Oh, I
witch.
love that.
she's like a white. Oh yeah, my mom has like a fairy, and she's like,
Oh,
it's like
fun.
fairies are everywhere. She's a fairy garden. She
love
has,
it. It's so
she has
cute.
a wand. Like she like makes spells and grows herbs and like does all that
Oh,
stuff.
I love that.
Yeah, and I was like always when growing up, I was like, you're weird.
Oh.
Like.
Yeah, and now that's literally who we are.
Yeah, it's literally not my life. I
You're
was like-
weird.
No, that's great. Yeah, I didn't grow up with like any of that stuff. I remember I went to Hot Topic when I was 13 and got like a witch book, and my mother like threw it out, and that was like the end of that until maybe like.
Are they like religious in any sense? No. Or
I
did
grew
you-
up Catholic.
Catholic?
Yeah,
So definitely.
yeah. I think that might have had something to do with it. but-
Yeah. Yeah.
They're fine with it now, though, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do they believe in it, or are they kind of just like kind of supporting it because you do?
I think they just support it because
Yeah.
I do, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
After
that's
a
all that
loss,
matters. That's
it's
all you
hard.
can ask for.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
feel like that's all you can ask for. That's kind of like my husband. Like he believes in some of the things I do, but not all of it. So I'm just
Right.
like, I'll take what I can get.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, what do you think that, like, if somebody's just like beginning, like, what could you give like a piece of advice for like crystals? Like, if somebody feels called to it or like something like that, like, what do you?
Crystal lovers everywhere.
Yeah, I definitely encourage people to just like go with their gut when they're first like looking at crystals and whatever they're drawn to. You know, definitely like
Yeah.
lean into that. But I think like if you want to talk like basic B like starter like crystal kit, I would definitely say rose quartz, amethyst, and clear quartz,
Love that.
and maybe fluorite.
Oh
Yeah, I love fluorite.
All right.
Fluoride's good.
I used to carry that with me at the hospital when I had to have to like do report in the ER in front of all the doctors because it helps you focus and.
I need some fucking
Fluorite.
fluorite.
Yeah.
I need focus.
And then clear quartz is like it's just like a energy.
It's like the mega booster.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
charges crystals, or is that selenite? That's
Selenite is what like cleanses and charges, and the clear quartz is kind of like the turbo shot. Yeah.
Okay, and then you said rose quartz, which is love,
Self love.
self-love, and amethyst. Is that what you said?
Yeah, amethyst.
Which is like the
Amethyst is
healing,
like
calm,
basic. I feel like everybody.
serenity.
I feel like everybody
Yeah,
knows
those are like the
amethyst.
basic stones.
Yeah.
Basic bitch. That's what we were talking about. Basic B crystals, rose quartz,
Clear
amethyst,
quartz.
clear quartz, and fluorite. I love fluorite. It's so pretty because it's like the purple, the green. You know that one. It's like the
Yeah.
melded.
I like aventurine. I like the way that looks.
The green adventuring.
Yeah.
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 And there's an orange one that I really love. I can't think of the name of it. It's like orange speckly kind of.
Sunstone.
Is it sunstone?
It could
maybe?
Or goldstone, but I don't think goldstone is like
Or
actually.
citrine.
man-made.
Is it citrine?
Citrine's orange. Yeah.
Might be
orangey,
citrine.
Like a
like-
yellowy orange. Yeah, I love citrine.
Okay, so say
Citrine's big money energy.
Yeah.
Good for manifesting.
That's what I like.
all
Yeah,
that.
that's what it is.
Big
it's
money.
the big money energy.
Big
That's
money
what I like.
energy. Citrine. That's whenever I think citrine, I think of like abundance and.
Absolutely. If I'm like trying to manifest anything, I have citrine with me for sure.
I love that. Okay, so give me like if I'm feeling bluesy bundle, like down in the dumps, need a pick me up bundle.
Rose quartz for sure. Any of it, like your pink or green crystals, because it has to do with your heart chakra. So rose
Perfect.
quartz, rhodonite, rhodochrosite if you're feeling fancy.
Is that what that one is down there? The pink one, rhodochrosite, or
This one right here.
Those are
somebody asked me the other day and I couldn't think of
They're
it.
so pretty.
Yeah, that one.
this is pink cobalt and calcite. I love these.
Yeah.
I'm just like touching your crystals, but
No, touch them away.
yeah.
Okay, so
They're from
tell
you.
us about those.
They're from you.
What is that one for?
So again, you're pink, so it's going to be like rose quartz. So it's going
Okay.
to be for
Self-love.
self-love, self-confidence, and just like that inner healing.
Oh, I love
Very
that.
soft.
So manifestation bundle, go.
Citrine, Congo citrine, if you want to get real specific. And then your clear quartz, and then maybe some malachite.
Love that.
Yeah.
Ooh, malachite. Mm-hmm. Do you have any? I need a piece of moldavite.
Oh.
Do you have some?
I think I put some in my bag before I came here. I have to look. Literally, I think I do. If I don't, I do have it.
That
some
would
at
make
the-
sense. You
Yeah,
would have
you
it.
would have put it in your
Literally,
bag,
you would.
and this conversation would be happening, so you could get the moldavite stone
That's so
after
funny.
that.
Literally. So the last time I was with Gary at my sound healing, and I did breath work, and Gary let me hold a piece of moldavite like on my chest.
My mom
like,
wears it around
as
her neck.
I know, and he had like mentioned to me, because I was like, oh, I need 2 rocks, like 2 crystals, when I was doing the breath work, and I was like, he's like, how do you feel about moldavite? And I like, instantly like tensed up, because I feel like everybody's like had this like thing, like you have to be ready for moldavite, which
I feel like
also
TikTok ruined like the vibe for moldavite.
Everyone
It
says
is a
it's like
powerful
such
stone.
a powerful stone. What
It
does that
is.
even mean, though? Like, powerful how? Explain it.
Well, it's supposed to be a meteorite. Okay, so it's
Okay.
like a space. It has like that extraterrestrial powerful
Vibe.
right? And like it's only in this one specific area in the Czech Republic. So once it's gone, it's gone. So that adds like to its value. But then I don't know. One girl went viral on TikTok, like I think it was during COVID, with her moldavite and crying. So then the price of moldavite went up like significantly because of it. Thanks TikTok.
Dude,
But
TikTok, I can't.
no, but so I think the vibration of it is just so high that it affects people. Like some people are just really sensitive to it. Like if I have like a too big of a piece, like I'll get like shaky.
Yeah, yes. No, like you can actually, like, that's one of the stones
My
that
mom
you
literally
can
wears it around her neck
actually-
every
She's
day.
a G.
It's like this big.
That's wild. Yeah, some people couldn't tolerate it, so that's great.
Yeah. So that's like where like you can actually, like, it's one of those stones. So I held one for my entire breathwork session. I was like, okay, like I think I'm like ready to like at least have one when I'm like doing deep meditations and things like that. So, and since then I haven't even thought about it. I was going to message you about it, but so here you go.
We'll get you a piece for
said
sure.
it, and you
I want
have
a
some
piece.
in your
You want a
fucking
piece?
bag.
Yes.
Okay.
If it's like a rare gem and it's gonna go out of style soon, I mean, like out of extinction soon, I definitely want a piece.
Yeah.
What was it? Just
They'll
gonna...
probably start making
Okay,
fake.
so
Oh, they do.
Oh
Some
yeah, I
people
bet.
do. No, I have the real stuff.
Oh yeah, how do you
Of course
test
you have
it?
the
Do you
real
test
stuff.
it? How do you even test it?
You can't like you just have to get good like by eyeballing it. Like the moldavite, like some of it, like you can tell. I got actually a couple pieces that were not real. And it was a bummer because, like I said, it's expensive. But you just have to kind of know your stuff and by feel. And like malachite's another stone that people do fake a lot. So you have to like you can feel it, like the heaviness
weight.
of it. Yeah, you can tell if it's like a lighter one, then it's not real. And
Well, malachite is another one that they say that like is a really powerful stone, right? What is with the green
What
stones?
are the
'Cause I
most
feel like-
powerful stones right now? Moldavite.
I would say moldavite number 1, and yeah, probably like tektites, probably the meteorites. I think.
Really?
Yeah.
And there's lightning too, right? Because like
Yeah, the Libyan desert glass.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can get lightning as like a stone.
I want that.
Yeah, so like the lightning hits the sand and the way it like makes it freeze.
I need
almost.
that.
I only had a couple pieces. Did you get the last or one of them? Yeah.
I need that.
I'll have to get more. Yeah,
Yes,
it's fun.
I need that. And okay, so if you want to connect to higher consciousness, what is it? Lapis lazuli.
Any of your blues.
Blues?
That's how I remember it. So like yeah, lapis is a great one. Angelite,
Celestite.
celestite. Yep, absolutely. Yep.
I have a lot. I feel like I have some celestite up here. It's that like baby blue. It's really pretty.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one's like really good for like intuition too. Celestite.
Yeah,
There's so many,
maybe I'll
like,
just,
cool
Yeah,
things.
maybe I'll like integrate this into my breath work because I'm always looking for ways to like kind of bring my vibration a little higher too, you know, and tap in
absolutely.
more. I feel like that's just another added step.
Well, I have those two. I have the smoky quartz and I have the clear quartz that like when I like in there, and whenever I do private sessions, I have these 2 crystals.
Hold 'em.
And the 2 rocks in a blindfold is actually crystals. And usually like if like Taylor's here or somebody's here that like I know that's like at a breathwork session, I give them, and these 2 crystals have so much energy in them. I use them every time that I do a healing
And what are
session.
those for? What are each of those for?
Well,
Clear and
clear quartz
yeah,
is
she already said.
the supercharged, but smoky quartz is like a
It's very good for grounding.
which is like what you need in breathwork is like
Yeah,
staying grounded.
that's true.
And protection too. Like I think any like dark
What
stone
are
like
some,
onyx.
Yeah, ground. So black tourmaline, is that like a protection stone?
Yep.
Someone told me to put that all over my house because I thought my house was like haunted. So I put it at like the 4 corners of my house.
Okay. Yeah, I would say black tourmaline and selenite. I have like the selenite above all my doorways in my home too because that helps cleanse and yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, the selenite sticks, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, these
Those.
ones. Do you?
It's so
charge-
fun. I could literally like talk crystals.
I know,
all day
nerding
long.
out,
Like, we're
nerding
like-
out over here.
Yeah, for
Okay,
sure.
so what about this? Is something that I've read, like full moon rituals, obviously, and stuff like that. You charge your crystals and cleanse your crystals and all the things. So how do you take care of your crystals and like charge them and do all the things?
So the funny thing is, like, so people probably think that I'm like the the full moon crystal charging. I've only done that twice my whole life.
Really?
Yeah, I personally like selenite, like to cleanse.
Okay, and just keep them near your, like you would just take the selenite and keep it near your stones that you need to cleanse?
Yeah, I have like little plates or bowls, and like at night, like I'll put like my jewelry or like my palm stones that I had for the day, like in it, just to like, it's like, you know how you plug your phone in at night to charge it, and I just kind of like charge my crystals like that too. So, but some people will like bury their crystals like in the soil. To charge them and clean them, and some people just use water. Some people charge their water with the full moon.
Yep,
and then
moon water.
Yeah, and then they can cleanse their crystals like that. But
well, it's a lot of fucking work to do it every full moon and new moon. You be out here. I've got a lot of fucking crystals. Like I'm
Sam
not. Like,
you saw our table full the other day. I was like, we're not doing this every month.
yeah, no, it's like super moon sometimes, or just like even cleansing them with ocean water.
Which that was a super moon, so that's why we took advantage of that.
Yeah, but if you have a lot of fucking crystals, you'll be out there for hours.
Yeah, hours.
Yeah.
You're like lining them up. Like I'm like, this is exhausting.
Yeah,
Like,
but I think it's more of like just a personal thing. As long as you are doing it actively, I think that's what matters.
How often should you charge your crystals?
I think it depends like how much you use them, because they're going to absorb so much energy. Like somebody was telling me how they had a black tourmaline that just exploded, and I was like, oh, well, were you putting it like on your selenite? They're like, no. And I'm like, okay, well, it kind of like did its job, and then kind of, you can only take so much before.
Wow.
Yeah, it just
it
absorbs
needs to
the
recharge
energy.
us, right? They're like, it's their energy. We're energy. Like
I know,
you can
but
only
wow,
take
I didn't
in
know like
so
a
much.
stone could blow up.
Mm-hmm. And then I went to go grab one of my favorite fluorite worry stones to bring with me to come here today, just because I just be on my game, and it broke, and I'm like, okay, and that's the second.
I needed you, bitch.
Yeah, I know. It's the second time I'm like, oh, okay, well, yeah, it's the second time that a fluorite's broken on me, but yeah, I don't know. I just think it speaks to, like how much energy
You're
they really,
using it.
yeah.
That
They
is
can
so
only absorb
cool.
so
I'm like
much.
so into crystals now. I can't wait to just go and learn about all these crystals and then No, but seriously, I would love lightning sandstone. Is that what it's called?
Libyan desert glass is what it's called. But yep, okay.
Listen to me, lightning sandstone.
Got
Made my
you.
own fucking
Got
name
you.
over here, guys. Hashtag that one. And then the Moldavite.
The Moldavite, yep. Okay.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm right in Merrimack.
And I would love to come see your place.
Anytime. I don't go far.
Yeah, maybe when I don't have kids though, because I'd probably have a fucking aneurysm if my kids were in there touching all your
I have 2 kids in my house and a wild dog.
Really?
Yeah. Stuff breaks. It's
Mine
okay.
are like 2 and 4 though, and they're savages. I feel like
fine.
Hayes would be like boop 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 boop.
Yeah. There's a lot of pretty things.
Yeah,
too.
a lot of pretty things, and Hayes loves rocks. Like loves
fun.
rocks. So I'm like, she would
She's
die.
a gremlin.
Yeah, gremlin. She's a gremlin. So
Yeah,
she
I
would
don't
die.
know. I don't think that's a good idea yet.
Oh my
She's
god!
gotta be a
Side
little
note,
older.
so funny tonight. She came up in my room. I was fixing my mascara before I was coming here because we had swim lessons today. Whatever. Besides the point, I was fixing my mascara, and she must have snuck in my makeup drawer and found an extra one and grabbed it and came running downstairs and did her makeup in the mirror and then comes back up just full black, like under her eyes. She used it as lipstick. She's had it as blush, and me and Dill were sitting there talking, and she just comes over and like shoots us like a side eye looking back. Had the mascara over her shoulder, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me, girl?"
How old is she?
She's 2.5.
Oh my god.
And she loves makeup. Like
love that.
loves my makeup. Like if I do my makeup, she's like, "Mommy, I come with you." I'm like, "Yeah, you come with me." But then she's like digging her fingers, and all my stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I want to cry.
Yeah. They're cute. Zoe did the same thing.
Girls are the best. I didn't think I would be the best girl mom, but she is so funny.
I love that.
Like she's so funny. I have so much fun
Kids
with
are
her.
hilarious.
Yeah.
They're
My
the
kids make
best.
me laugh every day.
How old are your kids?
12, and my little guy just turned 9.
9.
Yeah,
I love that.
both
So
going
they
on 25.
obviously, I mean, so your youngest was he too young to know that his dad was
He doesn't remember.
okay?
Yeah.
So your oldest, does he remember?
He does.
He does.
Yeah.
And how has that been, like navigating that, like the loss of a parent through your son?
It's definitely been challenging. It's like, I don't know what's worse is like, that Logan has memories of Eddie, or that Lennox doesn't.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they're great kids. And like I said, I'm very lucky. I have my family that helps me significantly with them, like so amazing. So, we have a huge support system, and we talk freely about it. So I've never like shamed them or you know what I mean? Or like tried
not
to
talked
like,
about
right.
it.
Like tried to tell them like, it's not appropriate. Like we talk about him openly, and yeah.
Do they know about that it was like addiction and like overdose? And
My
all those?
12-year-old knows. I don't think my little guy really understands.
Yeah.
I haven't like had that direct conversation with him, but yeah,
One day.
But that just, again, opens up for open dialogue for you and your kids. And then they kind of have an awareness of what drugs can do and how that affects a family. And so I'm sure that's going to be a good, I don't want to say like a good influence on him, but
Well, I would hope so.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm hoping that like
Right.
that would be enough for him to be like, nah,
Yep. Yep.
Do they use crystals? Do they love them?
My little guy likes them. Logan, he used to like them more, my oldest, but not so much now. But I do sneak like fluorite in their backpacks. Yeah,
I
every
love
year.
that.
So,
I love that.
yeah, going strong with that. But,
Yeah, and I love Melissa also always has these little like Pokemon figures, like Jigglypuff,
Yes,
like
I see.
rose
So
quartz
I've seen some of their
Jigglypuff.
reels.
yeah,
So cute, and my kids like love those because like obviously like
so
Gavin loves
cool.
Pokemon, but yeah, the Jigglypuff was a hit.
yeah. I think I have one saved for myself in my room.
And a
Probably.
Squirtle.
Yeah. Oh, I love Squirtle. Yeah.
So cute.
Yeah, they have crystals in all shapes, sizes, figurines.
So what's your number one seller in your shop?
My number one seller, probably Labradorite, because selfishly I carry that the most because it's my favorite. But probably Labradorite, amethyst, and rose quartz, I would say.
What's the
go-tos.
biggest stone you have? Like size-wise?
I just had to drive a 300-pound amethyst to Virginia for one of my customers. We were delivering that one.
300 pounds.
300 pounds?
It was
How big
huge.
is
Was it
that
like a
to the
tower?
eye?
It was. I think I showed you a picture of it. Remember when you were trying to get, you wanted amethyst for Zoe's room? It
Yeah.
was that big one that had the calcite. That
Oh,
was not
yeah, yeah,
child
yeah.
friendly, but I think I
Right.
just showed you to show you. But yeah, I had like the big calcite on the side of it.
Yeah, the amethyst
Yeah.
portal. My amethyst portal, I love that. It's like
Yay.
a straight circle, like the portal.
This amethyst butterfly, that's still to this day my absolute
I know.
favorite.
I love this
Yeah.
so much.
It naturally grew like that.
YouTube. Can you see this? This is from Melissa.
Yeah. It naturally grew like that?
Yeah. Well, and they cut it in half.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing, right?
So fucking cool. I do have some I have some pink amethyst. Like I have that tube that
that's
I like,
epic.
the one that's on the desk, and then I have the moon over there. I have all my crystals all my big crystals in here from
They are. They're
are
just so
from
pretty.
Juju. But the pink amethyst, I'm always like, if I could be miniature and just crawl
live in it.
Like it's literally the most beautiful sphere ever, and it just has like a hole and it's like a tunnel. Like sometimes when I'm in meditation, I visualize that crystal because I could see
that.
it to like go in that like
That's
as my
amazing.
protection
I
place.
love that.
Like,
That's
in
so
meditation.
Your
'Cause-
visual meditation, yeah.
Yeah. So cool. That's specific because I'm like I've said it a million times. I've just like stared into that like little hole. Like if I could just shrink myself,
I love that.
feel nice and safe in there.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, they're very comforting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For sure. They have.
I mean, I felt better when I put that black tourmaline all over my house. I was like, okay, I'm good. We're good. Swear to God.
Have you
I,
had any
like, ordered-
ghostly?
Yeah, Aspen told me to order
encounters?
it, and I was like, I ordered. And then I just like put it in all four corners of my house, and I was like, all right, we're safe.
Yeah.
Has the ghost been back?
I mean, Hayes gets these little, I don't even want to say little, they're huge, like orbs fly across her monitor. And ever so often, like, I'll catch it. Like, if I go to check on her at like in the middle of the night when I have to pee, I'll like turn the monitor on and they're just huge and they're like flying over her bed. Like, epic shit. Like, I've recorded it. It's like,
That's awesome.
it's so big and so much of them. Or Dill's like, oh, it's dust, babe. I'm like, it's not dust. It's not dust. He's like, it's dust in the black lay. I'm like, it's fucking orbs. They're orbs. But sure, we can call it dust.
They could be angels.
Oh, yeah, I believe that.
Like
No, I believe that they're good. Because, you know, my son, I don't know, my son a couple times has said that he's been playing with a little girl in his room, and I never know if he's, like, joking or, you know, he's 4. So I'm like, wait, are you serious? Like, are you seeing a little girl or you have, like, a make pretend friend, like a little girl? No, mommy, she's always in my room waiting for me. And I'm like, okay.
That's interesting.
Like, who knows? I don't doubt it. I don't question him. I'm like, okay, cool. Like,
Yeah.
is she nice to you? And he's like, yeah, we play all the time. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, I love
You know?
that.
yeah.
But
Kids are sensitive.
Yeah, and like so much more like open to like that kind of stuff, and it's there. Like we're all able to access like that stuff.
Yeah.
Like everyone's like, you know, we just have been taught that we're not these powerful like beings. We all have access to collective consciousness. We all have access to spirit. Like we all like, you can learn how to do that. You can do these things. Like
Yeah.
you can, if you understand and believe energy, you rub your hands together, like you feel energy, like that's the same thing the stones are. Like we are energy, plants are energy, the ground is energy. Like we are meant to communicate with all the things. So that's why it's not a mistake when you pick up a stone and you're like, holy shit, this is exactly what the fuck I need right now in my life.
Yeah.
And then people are like, oh, it's just nonsense, woohoo fucking shit. It's like, no, you can't make that fucking shit up.
Yeah, you can't.
Right.
There's some shit that happens in life that you literally cannot fucking
there's no
make up.
There's no like logical reasoning other than like coincidence, if you even want to call it coincidence. But
Dude,
it's like
I'll
not.
fucking talk about today. So this morning, I pulled a card. I pull cards every single morning, and I pulled a card in it's this Native Spirit deck, and I pulled the medicine bag card. Like, it was a medicine bag. It was like a message about like that I needed to start carrying a medicine bag.
Crazy.
Oh, wow.
I had breakfast this morning with Aspen, my energy healer, the woman that's in there, and she handed me this morning.
Medicine bag.
It's a
Yeah.
fucking medicine bag. She said this is her medicine bag, and it's been in her home for 3 years. And as she was leaving her house, she was like, Spirit told me to give you this. And I heard it 3 times. It said, give Amy the medicine bag. Give Amy the bag. And in the bag is rhodonite and amazonite.
I have like chills. That is wild.
What are these 2 stones for?
Those are your heart chakra.
Yeah.
Heart chakra?
Yep.
Yeah, and rhodonite is specifically work for like sexual trauma too, to like release like old past traumas. And amazonite's about abundance. It's like very like an abundant, 2 of my favorite stones. In the bag that was already like in the bag. She didn't put these stones in the bag. That's just what was in the bag. And I pulled that fucking card this morning. And when she handed me this bag at breakfast.
This is so pretty.
Like, and I'll tell you the card that I pulled this morning, like the pattern on the medicine bag on the card was
Yeah, it
this
almost,
exact
looked, it almost looked
wild.
exact.
pattern. When Aspen handed me this at breakfast this morning, I looked at her and I was like,
This is so soft.
I go, you can't fucking make this shit up.
I
Like,
love
this
it.
is the shit you cannot fucking make up. And somebody witnessed me pull this card also this morning. So I was just like, I like sent it to this person. And I was like, I fucking cannot actually believe
This
that
is
this
so
is.
pretty.
Yeah.
I love it, but it's because you're open to it. People who are
Yes,
shut off
open.
to it
Yeah.
and not.
We say it all the time. You're open to receiving.
And you will
Once you
get the
open up,
messages.
you will get the messages.
And they will be so fucking clear.
They'll be loud. Like, you can't ignore stuff like that.
No.
You can't.
I feel like it like sounds like if there wasn't somebody like it sounds crazy. Me and her talk about like some of this shit. Sometimes we're just like in here like talking
These
about
people
the
are delusional and
coincidence.
psycho, and they're on drugs, y'all.
But you know
We're
what?
like,
It's like the people who think that, let them think that.
Exactly.
It's like,
I stand so strong in what I believe in. Like, I've experienced it, embodied it, felt it. Like, there's no more doubting. Like, you can't convince me otherwise. Like, you cannot.
I watched your TikTok about your
Like,
Bufo experience.
like label
and-
me crazy, you
Yeah.
know? Like, I'll take it.
Absolutely.
For that experience that I got to experience and how it changed my life. Like, who it made me be just within a short month. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
It's been beautiful.
It's been
Yeah.
so beautiful. The journey.
Yeah, you can't make that shit up.
You really can't.
I'm sure you have it too, because this is your world also, right? Like just
Yeah.
like crazy things that you're
Happening.
like
Yep.
talk about, or and then like just like happens like that, or like you meet people and you're like, holy fucking
Manifesting.
shit.
I'm like, I'm a manifesting gal. Like I do my vision board every year, and like it's amazing. Like like I said, when you're open to it, it's the stuff you'll receive is beautiful and amazing.
And we're
you
divinely protected.
You just have to allow it and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do for your vision board? Like, what's that practice?
I used to do it on my birthday, but then I did it on New Year's this year, and I just sit down like I'm 13 years old, making my little with like my magazines.
My
and like,
favorite.
yeah,
It's my
I went on Amazon and they have like magazine books that they'll send you, and you can cut like specifically for vision boarding. And this year
That's cute.
I put a passport picture on there. I put Vegas. I haven't flown in 20 years. I'm going to Vegas on Thursday.
What?
Yeah. Just.
Manifesting queen, bitch. Yes.
Yes.
I do it like electronically because I'm such a nerd. I make like a vision board on Canva. I
love
like
that.
cut and paste all these like Pinterest images, and it's my desktop background. But like so awesome. I didn't know you could get magazines off Amazon like that anymore.
You can?
Because that's what it is. I go to the store and there's no magazines. There's
Yeah.
like fucking Home Goods or the Cooking magazine or some fucking U.S. Weekly People magazine. I'm like, no, this is not going to be on my vision board.
No, somebody makes like specific ones that you can cut out that are for vision boarding. So they have like all the.
That is so
all the
cool. I'm going to
things,
have to look into
Oh,
that.
let's order them and make them with the kids.
That'd be sick. Women's Circle. Some Women's Circle night. I mean, like,
Oh, yeah.
it's halfway through the year, but still, we could do like a end of year.
Yeah, at the
And
end
a
of the year
quarter.
we can do one. We'll surprise y'all with that.
Yeah.
'cause we like
And
to
a
keep
quarter.
It a surprise.
And
We don't
yeah,
even
you
know.
should come. You should come. We should do a crystal night.
Absolutely.
Maybe we could do a crystal
always
night.
Down.
Yeah, we want
That
to
would be
do
so cool.
we want like other women to like run the
Host.
circles.
Yeah.
You know, not always have it be
Yeah.
like I
Just
like
us.
I say it, and the more that I like see the thing, right? Like we're not healers. Like nobody's a healer. We heal ourselves. We heal ourselves. But the beautiful thing that we have is we have empowerers, right? Like I'm not a healer. Like I'm gonna empower you. Like I want to show you how fucking powerful you are. I want to like teach you this certain thing. I want you to like learn these other things that are gonna make you feel good about yourself. Like you know. Learning crystals and like how educated you are about crystals because they've helped you so much. Like they've helped you along your journey. So you're like empowered by them.
Yeah, and you just want to share it with other people
Yeah.
to help them as well. I think there's power in numbers for sure
Yes.
too.
100%.
We
100%.
need, I want to have 100 people that are doing sound bowls. Like I want to teach everyone that they can do it too. You know what I mean? Like if you're called to do it, and like same thing, like if you want to run a woman's circle, like if you want to start a podcast, if you want to, like there's abundance.
Be a
like,
crystal dealer. If
Right,
you want to
like-
do any of it, you can.
because the more people that are doing it, those people are going to get their people into it.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be more people into it. It's like, why the people like think that there's like this lack in competition and like all of this. It's like, no, if there's somebody else doing the same thing that I'm doing, they're going to create more people that want to do the thing that I'm doing. And there's going to be times when that person isn't
Ripple
doing
effect.
it, and then they're going to come to mine. And like the same thing with me. It's like, we're all like community.
Yeah, it's ripple effect.
Yeah.
It's like
I have that mindset too. It's like there's room for everyone, and like power in numbers, and we just need to support each other. Like there's a seat for everybody here. Like I don't understand that like that competitive mindset either.
right.
And I think the women's circle is like very powerful because we're awful to one another.
It's wild.
Yeah.
We have so much, we say it all the time, we have so much trauma within ourselves, like as women, because it's like you can't trust women. What do they want? What are your motives? Like, you know, what are you going to say when I leave? Like, just, it's sad, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
And so,
But it's been a plan. It's like
Yeah.
a collective plan to like,
Yeah.
because women are so powerful, we have been like dumbed down, and like we like have created so much disconnect. So the more the we're not, there's no power in not, you know, having numbers.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's beautiful. It's beautiful what you're doing here, and yeah, I'd love to be a part of
Yeah,
something
we're doing all the
greater,
things.
for sure.
I'm so happy you're going to Vegas. Yeah, because I remember you used to tell me when you would go out to the crystal shows, you would
In
drive.
Tucson, I would drive to Tucson.
Tucson. You would. How long is that
Yeah.
drive?
42 hours.
What?
Yeah.
Well, then you'd have to drive him back anyways, right? So why not drive? How would you get him home on a plane?
you can ship them, but
Oh,
Yeah, because that's how you ship things
Oh,
anyway.
duh.
It's
Listen to
okay.
me.
no, but
How
it's
would you
fine.
get him home? I'm like thinking about a 300-pound crystal. I'm like, how much is that going to be on a fucking flight?
It was probably a lot, but either way, yeah. No, I'm glad I got to travel and do it by myself and drive across the country,
So cool.
and it gave me the opportunity.
I love road trips.
Oh,
I
yeah.
want to go to one of those crystals. I was gonna go with you. Remember, I was
Yeah.
trying to go.
Let's go
I
this
don't
year.
remember happened. Yeah.
I'm down.
Sick.
Yeah. Let's
Road
go.
trip. Are
Where
we gonna
is
road
it?
trip or are you gonna fly?
We'll
Road trip.
figure it out. Let's see how this week goes if I get on the plane to Vegas or not.
You got this, girl. You're getting on.
Have you
You're
seen
getting on.
Bridesmaids?
Yes.
Yeah, when the churning butter lady, that's gonna be me. But no, I'm excited. Yeah, we can go.
Yes, that's so cool. When is it?
So what is it? Why would
January.
You just gotta load up with crystals. 16 crystals up your ass, and you'll be fine.
And
for
you'll
the
be
flight.
good to go.
Yeah, we'll see. No, I'm gonna bring a couple with me, and
What ones will you bring?
I'm probably gonna bring some selenite, some black tourmaline, and malachite.
Love it.
Malachite's a traveler's friend.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good to know. I'm leaving Thursday too. I'm going to Miami.
Woo!
It's my best friend's bachelorette.
Oh, that'll
Yeah.
be a time.
I mean, I'm excited, but I'm like, I just don't party like that anymore. I'm scared. I'm like, am I going to be like dead after one night?
Probably.
I'm literally going to be dead after one night. I'm going to be like, I'm going to bed. Good night. Because, like, all of our dinner reservations are, like, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, and then clubbing after. I'm geez. I'm going to die.
Yeah, like, I'm in bed at 8, 9 o'clock
I'm literally in bed at 9 o'clock. Like, I'm going to die.
Lady, I found a gray hair today. I almost fucking lost my mind.
Stop.
Melissa, if there's one thing that you would like the audience to know, piece of advice, it doesn't even have to be about crystals. It could be about crystals. Anything that, like, along your journey and along your struggles and, like, the path to, like, holistic healing, what is the one thing that you would like the audience are to know, that you know, your little life hack?
My life hack. Let's bring it back to the card I pulled. Trust yourself, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Just go with your gut and trust yourself.
I feel like that's been, like, seriously the theme lately. Just, like, trust that inner voice, that inner knowing, that little, you know, nudge to do something.
The curiosity. What the
Whoever
fuck
said curiosity killed the cat is a liar.
I feel like we do that at least once an episode where we, like, say the same thing at the same exact time. Like, literally once an episode.
I mean, it's fine.
Is that a sign
It's
that
adorable.
we spend too much time together?
Maybe.
No, this has been great. Thank you guys so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
We're so grateful. We just nerded out. I loved it. I cannot wait to leave and go learn about crystals for real. This, like, sparked... I'm so serious. Like, it sparked an interest.
Yes, come on.
Because I love them, but I just, like, don't have much knowledge, like, around them. And now that makes so much sense that they carry, like, an energy. Like, I don't know why I didn't think of it like that. Like, I just thought they were pretty.
Everything is energy. The food we eat, everything is energy. So it's like if you start doing that and doing everything like ceremonial and like whatever it is, and treating everything like energy, then you're so much more connected. And then the more shit happens, the more connected you are to everything and everyone, and your people come and your soul family come. And like you're like, holy shit, like this is like, people become mirrors, and you're like, what the fuck is happening?
It's wild, but it's all just like the most amazing journey ever.
It's the best. It's been the best. It's been so beautiful.
And if anybody who's listening is interested in crystals, they can find me on Instagram.
We'll be tagging.
Oh yeah, we're gonna link you,
Juju
tag
Nurse.
you. Yeah, we'll be linking, tagging,
doing all the things.
Yeah.
So do you just do Instagram, or do you have like a YouTube channel or TikTok?
I don't have a YouTube.
You do have TikTok.
Not really. It's Facebook Lives are usually where I do my sales the most, and my Instagram stories. So I'm reachable, and I'm happy to help just educate people too.
Cool.
Yeah, the Facebook Lives are lit. And then the books, you said Judy Hall?
Judy Hall, yep.
Judy Hall.
And when are the lives?
I don't have a schedule right now, but I'll get on posting one of those very soon. Cool. Yeah.
Fun. So you just do lives and like do like a live
sale. Yep. But if people want to like message me and like, or come in person if they're local,
she'll like scan her whole room, and then if you like see something you're drawn to, you can like Facebook message her and she'll like pull it out. Like,
sick.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah. And we have a good time during the live sales too. So
I need to come. I need to come see this place. It's so exciting. I want to pick a stone.
Anytime, girl. Anytime.
I love that. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. And we will end the same way we start. One hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Take a big exhale. Expel all the energy out. And then inhale through the nose. Lift up, rise up. And then exhale, let that shit go. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to listen to what we have to say. It means the world. As always, we want to end this episode by reminding you that we are not medical professionals and we are not giving any type of medical advice. We are simply sharing our experience and solutions.
We are here with the intentions of reminding you that you are never alone and that everyone's healing journey is unique to the individual. Make sure to follow us on all social media platforms to stay updated. Stay well, Sacred Rebels. See you next time.